Ladies and gentlemen, kindly spare a 2 minutes time to go through entire slide because this is very important. As you all aware, the ancient method of recharging the groundwater. Groundwater levels have drastically decreased, as you all know, in metro cities or in urban areas especially. At least 12 to 1500 feet below also there is no groundwater. So this crisis was in fact identified in the year 2000 itself. The then government has issued a GOMS number 350 of year 2000, issued by MAUD. However, due to various reasons, the rapid development, it was not considered and never implemented, in fact, and never created awareness among the people. The rainwater harvesting is a lifeline for all the living beings. Every drop of water saved is a life secured. This is a technical diagram of rainwater harvesting system which explains. I have given an example for the 1000 SFT roof area. Accordingly, you can calculate as per your requirement. I've given all the specifications that are required for creating rainwater harvesting pits. Why rainwater harvesting is necessary? You all know water is the foundation of life. Yet today, Hyderabad and many parts of Telangana are facing an alarming groundwater crisis. Thousands of apartments complexes and independent houses totally depending on expensive water tankers every day. At least two or minimum one, because the groundwater levels have fallen drastically. Ironically, during every monsoon, millions of liters of rainwater flows into stormwater drains, causing floods and waterlogging, instead of naturally recharging the groundwater. Simple solution to the water crisis. The solution is scientific, economical, and sustainable rainwater harvesting, which is also called RWH. Rainwater harvesting not only conserves water but also restores groundwater, reduces dependency on tankers, prevents urban flooding, and ensures water security for the future generations. What is rainwater harvesting? In a simple way, rainwater harvesting is a scientific process of collecting rainwater from rooftops, terraces, and paved areas, and then filtering it and directing it into specifically designed recharge structures so that it slowly infiltrates into underground aquifers. The objective is not merely to store water but to recharge groundwater naturally. How does the rainwater system work? Step 1. Collection rainwater from rooftops, terrace, balconies, open paved areas is collected through PVC downpipes. And next, step 2. First flush device. The first rain carries dust, leaves, and contaminants. A first flush device diverts this initial dirty water. Only clean rainwater enters the filtration system. Step 3 is a filtration process. Water passes through graded filter media comprising pebbles, gravel, charcoal, coarse sand, and fine sand. This removes suspended particles before recharge. Step 4. Temporary detention storage. Instead of allowing water to immediately enter the soil, the recharge chamber provides temporary detention storage. Normally, an open water zone of about 1.5 to 2 meters, 5 to 6.5 feet, is provided above the filter media to reduce flow velocity, allow suspended particles to settle, improve recharge efficiency, accommodate heavy rainfall. This water gradually infiltrates into surrounding soil. Now comes to step 5, groundwater recharge. Filtered water slowly passes through the filter media and recharge well into underground aquifers. This process increases groundwater levels, improves borewell yields, and reduces dependency on water tankers. You know how much we have been spending on water tankers every day. Now, how the size of the system is decided. A common misconception is that one recharge pit is sufficient for every apartment, which is factually incorrect. This is scientifically absolutely incorrect, in fact. The design depends on roof catchment area, annual rainfall, peak rainfall intensity, runoff coefficient, soil permissibility, groundwater level, number of occupants, water demand. Large buildings require multiple interconnected recharge pits or recharge wells. Some people think that as a procedure, we created one small pit by filling all the uh, specifications given and they leave it off, which will actually does not work out. If we do not follow the procedure, it is of no use creating a rainwater harvesting pit. So kindly go through all the documentation and prepare properly. That is really useful for the future generations. Here I am going to explain a simple formula for annual rainwater collection. Annual rainwater collection is equal to R into A into C, where R is equal to annual rainfall in meters, A is equal to roof area in square meters, C is equal to runoff coefficient. For example, roof area is equal to 93 square meters, rainfall is equal to 0.9 meters, runoff coefficient is equal to 0.85, annual collection 0.9 into 93 into 0.85 is equal to 71,000 or 72,000 liters per year. Formula for storage requirement. Storage required is a peak rainfall into roof area into runoff coefficient. This helps engineers to determine number of recharge pits, pit dimensions, storage volume, recharge wells, overflow system. Here I am going to explain grey water reuse and then about benefits. Now we talk about grey water reuse. Kitchen, bathroom, washing machine water may be reused only after treatment using grey traps, settling tanks and filter chambers. It can be then used for gardening, toilet flushing, floor cleaning and landscaping. Toilet sewage must be and never be connected to recharge pits. Please remember, never ever connect toilet sewage pits to the recharge pits. And now comes to benefits of rainwater harvesting. It recharges groundwater, revive bore wells, save lakhs of rupees on tankers, reduce electricity consumption because the suction which takes place if water is at 1500 or 2000 feet below, it consumes more power. If water comes up drastically upside, then the suction level and motor power consumption will be reduced. It also reduces urban flooding, increases property value, improve if you have water, then automatically property value will be increased. Improve water security, protect future generations, which is much more required. I'm going to talk about existing government policy and our responsibility. First, the government policy. Rainwater harvesting was made mandatory through GOMS number 350 dated 9th June year 2000. Effective implementation can transform Telangana into a water secure state. These crises were identified in the year 2000 itself, but unfortunately, due to various reasons, despite having HMDA in the year 2008, in fact, the actual development took place after that only in nearby surrounding greater Hyderabad areas, wherein no one implemented almost, and even if implemented, it is not proper as per the scientific procedure, and no monitoring was done. And it is only due to lack of educating the people and enforcement by the government authorities. Now comes to our responsibility. Every apartment, every independent house, every school, every commercial building or a government building or any other building harvest rainwater today and secure water forever. This is much needed for our future generations. As you aware the crisis that we are going through today, without, if tankers are stopped, if Manjira water is stopped, almost we will be in a dying situation. So please remember and save water and save future generations and save lives. Thanking you. Yours, V. Ravi Krishna, Advocate.